we're ready for step 4. On step 4, you're going to place one of your pieces that you've already sewn the inner leg seam together right side up on the table. Then you'll take your other piece and place it so that they're right sides together, so right side down. You're going to line it up and make sure you know which one is the front. You can distinguish the front piece because it has a little flat section right at the top, and the other side is just square and it doesn't have that flat section on either corner. So this will be our front side. The reason why we want to know that is because there should be a little mark, whether you've done it with a dot or if you did a little notch in the edge of your seam allowance. This is where you're going to sew to. You're going to stop there because the zipper is going to go in the front, so we have to stop at this point. We're going to start lining up our two pieces together right here at the seam line, and we're going to press, because I did serge the edges together, I'm going to press one seam, just finger pressed, to the right and the other to the left. I'm going to line that up so that seams, they just nestle right in together, and I'm going to put a pin holding the back side and then put an angle and hold the front like this, so I angle my pin. Then I'm going to look, where are my notches? Here on the back there should be 3 small notches. You're going to find where those notches are on each piece, and they'll line up right together. So notches are for matching pattern pieces together. And then I'm going to match my top edges, put a pin in there. And if after you've done these 3 marks, when you go to lay out and flatten your piece, it's not flat, you might need to make some adjustments with your pins. Maybe you didn't cut them out perfectly, but hopefully they'll match right up. Back to back and front to front. We'll put pins about every 3 inches to hold this together, and then we're going to connect these using our 2x2 stitch, just as we did on the inner leg seam. Okay, just a couple more pins. And then I'm going to find my notches on my front piece. So here's my little notch. I'll match it up with my other notch and then pin those 2 together. And then I'm going to make sure everything lays flat on this side and put in a couple more pins here. Now, I'm not going to pin any farther than just this notch, and I'm going to put a pin actually going the opposite way right at my notch to remind me that this is the point at which I'm going to back stitch right here. Using my 2x2 stitch, I'm just going to stitch all the way around. Now, if you are not going to finish your seam allowances with a serge, you are going to finger press that seam open after you sew it, and then you're ready to insert the zipper. From the top, be sure and back stitch. You'll go along here. If you are not going to serge, at this point you would do another line of stitching on the same stitch line in order to reinforce this. And that's step 4.